Welcome back to another exciting and inspiring talk. I'm so happy you're here because today's topic is something truly special, something that can completely change the way you learn English. You know, in this fast-moving digital world, learning English has become not just a goal, but a real-life need. Whether you live in New York, Los Angeles, or even a small, peaceful town somewhere in Texas, English is everywhere. It connects you with people, jobs, opportunities, and even your dreams. Now, when I look around, I see so many people trying to learn English using old methods, reading grammar books, memorizing word lists, and watching random YouTube videos, but still struggling to speak fluently or confidently. And trust me, I've been there too. I used to feel that same frustration, understanding words but not being able to express myself naturally. But something revolutionary came into the picture, something that changed the entire game for language learners around the world. And that's ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT, an AI language model developed by OpenAI. It's not just a chatbot. It's like having your own personal English teacher, conversation partner, and motivator, all in one place, available 24/7. Today, I'm going to walk you through a deep, complete, and friendly guide on how to learn English using ChatGPT. I'll show you how to practice daily conversations, improve your grammar, pronunciation, listening, and even your thinking in English. By the end of this talk, you'll know exactly how to use ChatGPT like a pro for your English learning journey. But before we start, let me ask you two simple questions. First, how do you currently practice English every day? Second, have you ever tried learning English with ChatGPT or any AI tool? Share your answers in the comment box. I really want to know your thoughts. Now let's begin this beautiful journey of learning English with ChatGPT. 1. Why learning English is so important in the United States. Let's start with something real. Imagine you're living in the US, maybe in New York City, where you hear hundreds of accents and languages every day. English is the common bridge that connects people from all around the world. When you speak English confidently, doors open. Jobs, education, friendships, travel, and even self-expression. You can understand jokes, movies, podcasts, or news without needing subtitles. You can communicate freely and express your feelings clearly. But here's the catch. Many people who move to the US or even Americans themselves sometimes struggle with English fluency. Why? Because the way we learn English in school is often focused on rules, not real communication. We memorize grammar but forget to practice real conversation. That's where ChatGPT becomes your secret weapon. 2. What exactly is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chatbot created by OpenAI. Think of it like a super smart friend who can understand and respond in natural English. Anytime, anywhere. You can talk to it, ask questions, correct your grammar, learn new words, or even simulate real conversations. It never gets tired. It never judges. It always responds kindly and helps you improve. For example, if you type greater than ChatGPT, let's talk like I'm in a job interview. It will play the role of an interviewer and ask you real job questions in English. Then it will correct your answers politely. Or you can say, ChatGPT, teach me 5 new advanced words related to business English. It will not only give you those words, but also explain their meanings, pronunciation, and examples of how to use them in sentences. That's the beauty of it. You learn through conversation, not memorization. Aster 3. How to start learning English with ChatGPT. Now let's get practical. Suppose you live in Chicago and you want to improve your spoken English. You can open ChatGPT on your phone or laptop and start with a simple message like, "Hi ChatGPT, I want to improve my English speaking skills. Can you help me practice?" Boom, that's it. You'll instantly start getting personalized responses. Here's a simple daily routine you can follow to learn English effectively using ChatGPT. Morning routine. When you wake up, open ChatGPT and say, "Good morning, ChatGPT. Can we talk for 10 minutes in English about daily life?" This helps you warm up your speaking and thinking skills for the day. You can talk about your breakfast, your plans, or the weather in your city. Example. You. Today it's really cold in New York. I'm planning to grab a coffee and go for a short walk. That sounds great. What kind of coffee do you usually prefer? Just like that, you're practicing natural, real-life conversation. Quarta nasta. Afternoon practice. After lunch, use ChatGPT for grammar and vocabulary practice. Type. ChatGPT, can you check my grammar in this sentence? You can paste any paragraph, email, or message. It will correct mistakes, explain why they're wrong, and show how to fix them. Example, you write, "He don't like go to park." ChatGPT replies, "It should be, he doesn't like to go to the park." The word doesn't is the correct auxiliary verb for he. That's not just correction. That's understanding. Evening reflection. Before bed, talk with ChatGPT again. Ask, "Let's talk about what I learned today." This reflection builds your memory and helps you retain vocabulary longer. 4. Learning grammar the smart way. Grammar doesn't have to be boring. Instead of memorizing 1,000 rules, you can learn grammar das in context. With ChatGPT, for instance, if you say, "ChatGPT, can you explain the difference between will and going to with examples?" It will respond with friendly explanations like, "Will is used for spontaneous decisions or promises." Example, "I will help you." Going to is used for planned actions. Example, "I'm going to meet Sarah tomorrow." You can then ask it to quiz you. ChatGPT, give me a short quiz to test my understanding. It might reply, "Okay, fill in the blanks. I, boss, call you later." If you answer will, it confirms and explains why. That's how grammar learning becomes fun, dynamic, and practical. 5. Building vocabulary naturally. ChatGPT can be your personal dictionary, but better, because it doesn't just define words, it explains how to use them. For example, if you want to learn new vocabulary, say, "ChatGPT, teach me 10 new words to talk about emotions." It might respond, thrilled, very excited, anxious, worried or nervous, grateful, thankful, frustrated, annoyed because you can't do something easily. Then you can say, "Create a short story using these words." It will make a story, and you can read or speak it aloud. You can also ask ChatGPT to act like a vocabulary coach. ChatGPT, test me on 10 words I learned yesterday. It'll create a quiz and give you feedback instantly. 6. Pronunciation and accent practice. If you live in the US, say in California or Florida, pronunciation can make a big difference. Americans use clear sounds, rhythm, and intonation. ChatGPT can help you understand these patterns. You can ask, ChatGPT, how do I pronounce the word comfortable correctly? It will break it down like this. Comfortable, not comfortable. Then you can use text-to-speech tools or record your voice to compare. You can even ask, ChatGPT, can you act as my American accent coach? It will guide you on how to stress words, use pauses, and speak smoothly. 7. Daily conversation practice. One of the best ways to learn English is by having conversations. ChatGPT can role-play with you anytime. Examples. ChatGPT, act like my friend. Let's talk about our weekend plans. ChatGPT, act like a waiter in a restaurant in New York. ChatGPT, pretend we're at an airport. I'll check in for a flight. You'll feel like you're practicing with a real person. And the best part? You can repeat and learn from your mistakes without feeling shy. Letter A8. Writing skills, emails, essays, and messages. Whether you're applying for a job in Los Angeles or writing a university essay, ChatGPT can help you improve your writing style. You can say, "You ChatGPT, check my email for grammar and tone." Or, ChatGPT, help me write a formal letter to my professor. It will give suggestions to make your writing more natural, polite, and professional. You can even learn creative writing. Ask, ChatGPT, help me write a story about my life in New York. It will structure sentences beautifully and show you how to express emotions in English. 9. Listening and thinking in English. Learning English is not just about speaking. It's about thinking in English. ChatGPT can help you build that habit. When you chat regularly, you start understanding sentences automatically. You can ask, ChatGPT, explain this phrase. Break the ice. It will reply, it means to start a conversation in a friendly way, especially when people don't know each other well. Now you know a real-life idiom you can use in conversation. Try reading ChatGPT's replies aloud. This will train your tongue, ears, and mind to stay in English mode. Nartur Tlas. 10. Overcoming fear and shyness. Many people in the US, or especially immigrants, feel shy to speak English because they're afraid of making mistakes. But ChatGPT is your safe zone. It never laughs at your mistakes. You can practice freely and build confidence before talking to real people. Say, Afrika, ChatGPT, let's have a friendly talk. Correct my mistakes politely. Over time, you'll stop translating from your native language and start thinking directly in English. Gak 11. Real-life example. How one learner improved with ChatGPT. Let me share a story. There's a man named David who moved to Los Angeles from Mexico. His English was okay, but he struggled to speak fluently at work. He started using ChatGPT for 20 minutes every night. He practiced conversations, asked ChatGPT to correct his grammar, and even role-played meetings. Within 3 months, his coworkers noticed a huge difference. He spoke confidently and naturally. That's the power of consistent practice. Not with textbooks, but with intelligent conversation. Nakur 12. How to make ChatGPT your English learning partner. Here's a simple plan. Step 1. Open ChatGPT every day for at least 20 minutes. Step 2. Tell it your goals. I want to improve my speaking. Step 3. Practice conversations and ask questions. Step 4. Review what you learned. Step 5. Stay consistent. Remember, ChatGPT is like a mirror. The more you talk, the more confident you become. Naki 13. Tips to maximize results. Always ask ChatGPT to correct your mistakes. Speak out loud while reading its replies. Use it for journaling. Write your day in English and let ChatGPT check it. Use real situations: shopping, traveling, job interviews. Don't be afraid to repeat exercises. Repetition builds fluency. Nakrazia 14. Bonus: using ChatGPT with other tools. Combine ChatGPT with free tools like Google Translate for pronunciation, YouTube for listening, and Grammarly for writing. This makes your learning 360 degrees complete. Learning English doesn't need to be boring or stressful. You just need a guide, a partner, and a little consistency. ChatGPT gives you that friendly space where you can talk, make mistakes, learn, and grow without judgment. No classroom, no pressure, just you and your words. So start today. Open ChatGPT, say hi, and begin your journey. Speak, learn, and grow, one conversation at a time. Now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest problem you face while learning English? And how do you think ChatGPT can help you personally? Write your answers in the comment box. I'll be reading them all. So my friends, as I was saying, ChatGPT isn't just a chatbot. It's like your kalate, personal English companion, available anytime you need it. You don't need to schedule a class or wait for a tutor. Whether it's early morning in New York or late at night in California, ChatGPT is always awake, always ready to talk, teach, and guide you. When I first started using it, I treated it like a friend. I'd wake up, grab a cup of coffee, sit by the window, and just start typing something like, "Good morning, ChatGPT, how are you?" And you know what? It replied so naturally that it felt like talking to a real person. That's when I realized this is not just a tool, it's a learning experience that feels human. And here's something I learned quickly. The more I talked with it, the more confident I became in expressing myself. At first, I was shy. I worried about making mistakes. But ChatGPT never judged me. It never said, "You're wrong." Instead, it gently corrected me, explained the reason, and encouraged me to try again. That's what makes it so powerful. It gives you the comfort to learn without fear. You see, when you learn English, confidence is half the journey. You can know all the grammar rules in the world, but if you can't use them naturally, they don't help you much. ChatGPT helps you bring your knowledge to life, to turn those rules into real conversation. Now I know what you might be thinking, but can a computer really help me speak like a native? And the answer is yes, if you use it the right way. ChatGPT doesn't just correct your mistakes, it adapts to your level. If you're a beginner, it speaks slowly and uses simple words. If you're advanced, it challenges you with idioms, slang, and complex expressions. It's like having a teacher who always matches your pace. Let's imagine this. You're living in San Francisco, and your goal is to improve your English for work. Every morning before heading to your office, you can spend 10 minutes chatting with ChatGPT. You can say, "ChatGPT, let's talk about what I'm going to do today. I need to attend a meeting and send a few emails." And ChatGPT might reply, "That sounds like a productive day. What kind of meeting are you attending?" Now you're already practicing daily conversation, describing your schedule, explaining situations, and forming complete sentences. That's real communication practice. And you can do it every single day at your own pace. Over time, you'll notice something magical happening. You'll stop thinking in your native language first. Your thoughts will start forming directly in English. You'll no longer pause between sentences, searching for words. The words will just come naturally. That's when you know you're improving. When English stops being a subject and becomes a habit. And here's another great thing. ChatGPT doesn't just talk. It teaches. You can ask it to explain why something is right or wrong. For example, you can say, ChatGPT, why do we say I have been learning English instead of I am learning English? It will explain that I have been learning is used for continuous action over a period of time, showing that you started in the past and are still learning now. Then it'll give you examples to help you understand better. That's what makes ChatGPT such a unique teacher. It gives you instant feedback, which is something traditional learning often lacks. You don't have to wait for a class or a teacher's reply. You ask, and you get your answer immediately, in perfect natural English. And you can take it even further. You can create custom learning experiences with ChatGPT. You can say things like, ChatGPT, act like my English coach and correct every mistake I make in this conversation. Or ChatGPT, act like an interviewer and test me for a customer service job. It will respond exactly in that role. You can even simulate real-life conversations, like ordering food in a restaurant, buying clothes in a store, or making small talk with a coworker. Let's take an example. Imagine you're in a cafe in New York, and you want to practice ordering coffee. You type, greater than quote ChatGPT, pretend you're a barista at Starbucks. I'll order my drink. It will say, hi there, what can I get started for you today? Now you reply, hi, can I get a medium latte with oat milk, please? Then ChatGPT might respond, sure thing. Would you like any sugar or flavor added to it? And just like that, you're role-playing real-life scenarios in English. No pressure, no fear, just practice. And here's what's truly amazing. This kind of practice makes your English not only correct, but natural. You learn how to speak like real people in everyday life, not like a textbook. You learn how to express emotions, how to sound polite, confident, and fluent. I remember one day I told ChatGPT, I want to sound more natural when I speak. It replied, let's work on that together. I'll show you how to replace robotic sentences with natural ones. For example, instead of saying, I am very tired today, it suggested, I'm exhausted or I'm wiped out. Small differences, but they make your English sound real, human, and relatable. That's how Americans speak in cities like Boston, Seattle, or Austin, casually, naturally, with expressions that fit real conversation. ChatGPT helps you learn that. Now let's talk about one of the biggest challenges: grammar. Many learners say, I know the grammar rules, but I can't use them. That's because grammar learned in isolation is like learning the ingredients without cooking the meal. ChatGPT helps you cook the meal. It gives you grammar and context. For example, you can say, ChatGPT, explain the difference between since and for. It will explain clearly. Since is used to talk about a starting point. For example, I have lived here since 2015. For is used to talk about a duration. For example, I have lived here for 8 years. Then you can say, give me 5 sentences to practice. And it'll do exactly that. You can type your answers and it will correct them. Isn't that incredible? Another wonderful thing is that you can practice your pronunciation. Of course, ChatGPT can't listen to your voice directly, but it can guide you phonetically. For example, you can say, ChatGPT, how do I pronounce thought and though differently? It will explain that thought ends with a T sound, while though has a soft ending, and it'll write examples phonetically so you can repeat them. And if you combine ChatGPT with a voice assistant, like Google or Siri, you can actually speak aloud and listen to the pronunciation as you go. That's how many learners in the US practice now. They mix AI tools for a complete language experience. But here's something even deeper. ChatGPT helps you in build your thinking pattern in English. When you talk to it every day, you're not just learning words. You're training your brain to process thoughts in English order. For example, in some languages, adjectives come after nouns, but in English, they come before. When you talk to ChatGPT often, your brain starts adjusting automatically. You'll start noticing improvements in small ways. You'll begin forming sentences faster, understanding movie dialogues better, and even thinking in English when you're alone. That's when real progress happens. I'll tell you something personal.